What's up, guys? Gary from Cranston Guitars here, creator of proper instruments, proper pickguards, and proper pickups. Once in a while, you'll also see me do some of my proper amplifiers, things like that. But today we have this 1998 Fender Classic Series. Very, very good condition. And to be honest, as far as Mexicans go, I don't think I've played one this good. The neck is incredible. It has this honey sort of tint to it that's just aged absolutely beautifully, which you just don't see on the Venteras, you know? So these officially, I believe, came out in 1999. This one's a 1998. And the reason why this one is a little bit more than other 60s classic series that you might see on the market is, first and foremost, every single guitar that I sell, I thoroughly set up. I make sure everything's perfect. Second of all, this comes with my $400 proper passive loaded pickguard with my hand wound John Frusciante 6162 inspired pickups. So not only do you get 3 brand new of my Frush hand wound pickups, you get the complete proper passive tone circuit, which essentially at 0, your tone completely begins, okay? If you've played any sort of Stratocaster, traditionally speaking, you would just, plug in your Strat, maybe keep your volume rolled back a little, right? Or wherever you want your volume, essentially. Then you would always put your tone at like 10 and roll it back to like 9 or 8, right? So personally, it's been my experience that below 7 or 8 on just about any Stratocaster is completely useless on the 2 tone controls. So with proper passive, one of the features is your tone starts at 0, and that gives you just this dynamic, harmonic John Mayer, BB King, almost like that Cocteau, almost like that hollow body sound. I remember the first time I plugged into a Crybaby, right? And I figured out that you could keep the pedal, cocked back like this, and you could play your guitar through it, and it sounded really cool, but you kind of always needed that wah pedal. So if you put your tone controls on 0 for any of the 3 pickups, you're going to get that like muddy but very musical. Not like if you turned any other Stratocaster down to like 2, 3, or 4. It's completely different. We use paper and oil capacitors, the best components, and I completely designed this proprietary tone control system. So 0 gives you that John Mayer sort of sound. You'll love it. You could play your guitar on 0 forever, especially if you play through a Fender amp. Maybe around 4 or 5 is like your traditional, okay, this sounds awesome. This is what a Stratocaster really sounds like. And then as you approach 10, or once you switch your tone knobs up to 10, you just get just a nice little SRV kind of twangy grit. So my goal was, like, I fucking hate blender knobs. I hate push pulls unless they're gonna do something like revolutionary, which you guys might see in Proper Passive Plus, but that's for a whole other day. So I just hate blender knobs. I've never used it. Like, you go out and you buy an American Performer Stratocaster, and it has a push pull to incorporate whatever your neck pickup, or you have blender knobs to incorporate your neck pickup, or this pickup, or Mojo Tone has some pretty cool stuff where you can blend, whatever the hell you want. To me, it's useless. And if it's completely useless to you too, you want something simple, musical, something like nothing else on the market, regardless of what pickups you would put in this guitar or in any guitar. Proper passive is going to make them the absolute best they will ever sound. Even if you have like a Squier Classic Vibe and you got one of the proper passive pickguards and you kept the same pickups and you threw it into there, it would sound the best you would ever hear them. So anyways, proper passive, 0 starts your tone controls, real nice hollow body, sort of musical sound. As you crank it up to 10, you get a little more treble, like a little more harmonic content. But the thing I'm the most proud of with proper passive is you get positions 2 and 4. And it's not like any other position 2 and 4 you've ever played on any other Stratocaster. It took me a very long time, but position 2 and 4 now, if you have a reverse wound, reverse polarity pickup in the middle, or even if you don't, right? Like, let's say the pickups you love, or you love these pickups, whatever. If they're reverse wound or they're not, it doesn't matter. Position 2 and 4 is guaranteed to be just as musical, and to not lose any of that harmonic content and feel. Like, if you pick up your Stratocaster right now, you play positions 1, 3, and 5, right? And you can dial in your tone great. Then you go to positions 2 and 4, you get the hum canceling, but it's not very musical. It always sounds a little damp under the fingers. It's a little like, it could be better. So with proper passive, not only do you get the usable 0 to 10, you also get positions 2 and 4 that are completely silent, obviously, because in this particular guitar, the Frusciante set does have a reverse wound. Positions 2 and 4, like if you switch from 1 to 2 or 3 to 2 or 3 to 4, you can't feel or hear any difference, which is really cool. Proper passive is something you totally need to play to truly appreciate, but it's like nothing else on the market. No batteries ever. All of my designs that I do, no batteries, right? Like, I take my Stratocaster, I plug into my Vibro Champ, or I plug into my Vibro Verb, or I plug into my Fender Vaporizer, or whatever amp, and I want to have fun just being able to plug into an amp. If that's what I want to do. Sure, I have pedals, I love pedals, I sell pedals, like, but I want my Stratocaster to give me the most it possibly can without having blender knobs or push pulls or solderless this or that, you know. Hope you guys love it as much as I do. Let me know what you think.